Shalom, my brothers and sisters. May Yahweh, who is continuously blessing us, I would like to open this up with a prayer. Yah, Yah, Shema, Yahweh, Mabaraka, Mataha, Wa'ata, Wa'alaman. Blessed be the name of Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore. Zaka, Wa'ata, Yawama, Shabata. Lakwada Shua. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Allah Barakaba wa Allah Baza Wazayama wa Nachana wa Bashumaya Hawaha Allah Yanawa Nazaka Yara. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahweh our God. Praise be the name of Yahweh, who is God forever and ever. To my beloved brothers and sisters, I would like to, as I open the prayer with saying to you that blessed be the name of Yahweh, and of from this time forth and forevermore, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Why? Because as it's stated in Exodus chapter 31, and Moses spake, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak you also unto the sons of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath ye shall keep, for it is a sign between you and me throughout your generation, that ye may know that I am Yahweh, that does sanctify you. So we are in this system a people that have been disenfranchised in even righteousness of the law. But when we understand who we are and to understand through Torah what is related to us, but reading the prophecy, as it says, the tribes of Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles, nation as a vessel wherein there is no pleasure. That's Hosea 8, verse 18. It goes on to say to them, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. Deuteronomy 28:65. Among these nations shall ye find no ease. Deuteronomy 28:48. And he shall put a yoke of mine upon your neck until he has destroyed you. Deuteronomy, Jeremiah 18, verse 15, it says, because my people have forgotten me. And Jeremiah 23, verse 29, which think to cause my people to forget my name. It is very important that we understand the Shabbat, the name of Yahweh God. In this land that he said to us something very important to us, being in the land that we're in. And he told Israel, he said, look, I want you to understand that the Shabbat is a sign. In Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21, they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanity, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. And we can look around and see the disparity that is in the management from the top, and how they have disassembled themselves, and therefore the people will not find their way. Because it is the leaders on top that gives the people beneath them the vision of a circumstances that would be what? Conducive for a future, which according to the leaders that are present They have no future because the leaders are in what? Turmoil. As it says in Hosea 13, verse 9, those of Israel have destroyed, the tribes of Israel have destroyed yourself, but in me is your help. So Yahweh is telling us that our help is in him by keeping the commandments. Isaiah 52, verse 6, therefore my people shall know my name and call my name. It goes on to tell us, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, and to eradicate it out of our minds so that we will stumble in a land that, as it says, and it goes on into prophecy, and I will read more. This is Psalm 83, verse 4. The tribes of Israel have accomplished the impossible. They are keeping all the commandments and calling on the name of their God. Those that chase the tribes of Israel is being chased by the shadows they have chased us with. And this is why they're stumbling in their rulership and their leadership, because why? What they have chased us with, they're being chased with their own foolishness. So it goes on in Leviticus chapter 26, verse 17. They that hate you shall reign over you. He's telling you. And Leviticus 26, verse 44, he says, and yet for all that when they be in the land of their enemies, and this is not friendly territory, I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them, for I am Yahweh their God. These are promises of the word of Yahweh to us to encourage, as it says in Jeremiah 14, verse 2. Jeremiah, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, and we are a mourning people because we have been a disenfranchised people. And therefore, as it says in Genesis 49, verse 8, Judah, your hand shall be in the neck of your enemy out of all the tribes. And he tells him in Deuteronomy 33, verse 7, and Moses blessed Judah. And this the blessing of Judah. And he said, hear Yahweh, the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people, and let his hands be sufficient for him, and be you a help to him from his enemies, with an S. But he has said that to Judah what will be his salvation and his redemption from all of the circumstances of poverty and indifference and being disenfranchised. Hosea 1, verse 7 says, but I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and I will save them by Yahweh their God, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horsemen, nor by horses. So he's telling you, he said, that's why he said, comfort ye, my people, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem. And he said, and tell them their warfare has been accomplished. So this is not our fight, because as it says in Jeremiah 12, verse 9, my heritage, and Yahweh only have one heritage, and that is the 12 tribes of Israel. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about her are against her. Come ye, assemble all you, the beasts of the field, come to devour. So all has come to make the circumstances of their life unbearable, because all of this is going to change against them. When the tribes of Israel keep all the commandments, they become invincible. So when we keep the commandments, we are invincible. When the spirit of Yahweh dwells with you, nothing can overcome you. It says, you must know when the spirit of Yahweh is in the midst of you. You have to know when it's in the midst of you, Mr. Men, the midst of us. You must search it out. You must become acquainted with the Ruach dwelling. For I am Yahweh. dwelleth among the tribes of Israel. And that's Numbers 36, verse 34. So it's important. And that's why Yahweh told Israel, he said, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mark when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, because I have called and you refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but you have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. So Yahweh said, he said, I'm going to laugh at you because I'm giving you a direction. It says, that's Proverbs chapter 1, 24 to 27, Proverbs 16, verse 15. It says, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. And it goes on to Proverbs 3, verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked, because we know the wicked is in control of the earth. And Yahweh said, I'm going to break him. But when I break him and you see the atrocity, because he said to you, he said, Israel, look, Isaiah 27, verse 12, and you shall be gathered one by one, you sons of Israel. He said, I'm going to gather y'all one by one. Jeremiah 3, verse 14, I will take one of a city and two of a family and bring you to Zion. So Yahweh is telling you how he's going to do it. What is he going to do for you? Obedience to the Torah allows the blessings of Yahweh to rest upon you. There is only one way to please Yahweh, is to be obedient to the words of Torah. When you obey the words of Torah, you lose the thought of fear. Obedience to Torah brings clarity. The words of Torah is the shield of the 12 tribes of Israel. Remember, we will all stand at the judgment seat. So what will you like to take with you when you leave this existence? So when we keep the commandments, we take the treasure with us. As it says in Deuteronomy 4, for ask now of the days that are past, which were before you, since the day that Yahweh created man upon earth, and ask from the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there has been any such thing as this great thing is or has been heard like it. Did ever people hear the voice of Yahweh speaking out of the midst of the fire, as you have heard, and live? Or have Yahweh sent to go and to take him a nation from the midst of another nation by temptation, by signs, by wonders, and by wars, and by a mighty hand stretched out arm, and by great terror, according to all that your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes? Unto you it was shown that you might know, not believe, that Yahweh, he is God. There is none else besides him. So he says, I want you to ask, what was done for us, the 12 tribes of Israel, was never done for no other people. And you can read that in Deuteronomy 4, verse 32 to 35. Deuteronomy 30, 11 to 14. For the commandments which I command you this day, it is not hid from you, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven, that you should say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it. Neither it is beyond the sea, that you should say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it. But the word is very nigh unto you, in your mouth and in thy heart, that ye may do it. So Yahweh is saying that when we came here, they had the Bible, You understand, they exploited our doctrine that told us who we are. Now we have read it and now we know. So as it is stated, the wickedness tries to stay on top, but the truth pushes them down. The wicked is a flame of fire and then it goes out. The wicked tells themselves a lie and they believe it that wickedness will be forever. The wicked cannot sleep because they know their day is at hand. The wicked know they have no future, no matter how it may look. The horror of the wicked is before them every day, and they cannot sleep. The wicked fools themselves by their own misunderstanding. So, my brothers and sisters, in our disenfranchised in this country, in their laws that they're never going to execute in our favor, even as they saw Rodney King beat up, and none of them went to jail. They had it on camera, and they beat that man. And no matter what you see, they're going to always beat us up. They're always going to take even though it's on camera, they're going to act like it was always our fault. But Yahweh has incurred onto us that he will let you know that it is all right. So when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, neither shall the flame be kindled upon you. Hold on to these words, my brothers and sisters. That's Isaiah 43, verse 2. What do you have that will determine your circumstances in this country called America? And I want you to hold on. And I did do other videos, which is one of the videos is called Chosen. The second one is the human voice. The second is the name of your God. The fourth one is the 12 tribes will return home. The fifth is declaring the prophecy. The sixth, I will never forsake you. And this one is entitled The Disenfranchised. And therefore, I like to answer the circumstances of your struggle. That is no struggle if you live in the Ruach of Yah. There's no struggle. You know, our whole life is in that spirit. And that spirit. So if you like this, please subscribe, like, and share. Yahweh is with us. He has not deserted us. And I will bring the blind by a way that they know not. I will lead them in the path that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them and not forsake them. So that's Isaiah 42, verse 16. My brothers and sisters, we ain't going to lose this. And all that they do, you don't do this to a ignorant people. They understand we are truly the rulers of this planet. And Yahweh has sent us among them, that if they understood, they can seek peace by being obedient, but they have destroyed us. They take our language, custom, traditions. They have had intimacy with us. They've caused us to have intimacy with our own relatives. They split us up. They turned us around in this country and said, now find your way home. So I like to say to you, we have found our way and we're home in the Ruach of Yahweh God. You understand? So my brothers and sisters, Naya Yahweh Alaha Yaka Wada Washa Yashara Allah Mawasha Yaka. I am Yahweh, your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. Yahweh is our Savior, and blessed be his holy name. His name be ever praised and exalted. Blessed be the name of Yahweh from this time forward and forevermore. And let us go. Barawaka Yahweh Alahaya Nawa. Barawaka Yahweh Adawana Yanawa. Barawaka Yahweh Malaka Nawa. Barawaka Yahweh HaMawasha Ya'at Nawa. Blessed be Yahweh our God. Blessed be Yahweh our Lord. Blessed be Yahweh our King. Blessed be Yahweh our Savior. So blessed be Yahweh. And go in peace and be in peace in this land. Keep the commandments that it may engulf you and cause you to submerge in peace and tranquility. May Yahweh bless you, my beloved. May you have pleasant dreams in the land of your captivity, knowing that you will be free. And I say this with all, because Yahweh will not leave us. He will not give us up to the tyranny and the disappointments that others, but he truly have caused us to peace and to love his law. And that's what you should do. Love Yahweh God with all your mind, with all your body, with all your heart. So I'm saying to you, don't give up. Don't be despair. Go into the Torah and read and know that it says, at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said Yahweh. And that is in Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 20. Praise be the name of Yahweh. May you rest in peace, and may your journey be sweet, love, knowing that Yahweh has not deserted you. Amen. Shalom, my brothers and sisters, with all peace and love.